Okay, put the dough back and donate. Orange County gun owners, that's our focus today. Please go and make a donation. $10, $50, whatever you can donate. Go to ocgunowners.com, make a donation today. This, of course, is Stump My Nephew. We found out years ago that my nephew is extremely good at gun trivia. So if you send in a trivia question and we use it on the air, you'll get a hat or a shirt. If you stump my nephew, then we get an extremely special prize. This segment is sponsored by Seal One. Go to seal1.com to learn more about their cleaning product. Again, that's seal1.com. Seal One makes gun ownership easier and smell better. Seal One is a excellent cleaner and solvent, and they put their money where their mouth is when it comes to supporting the Second Amendment, too. They do a lot for Gun Owners Radio and San Diego County Gun Owners. So thank you so much, Seal One. You guys do a fantastic job. Matt, you ever use Seal One?
Yes, I have. Yes, I'm a Marine, so COP. I'm sorry, Seal One. Yeah, it's good stuff though.
You know, the guy who Dwight, the guy who runs it, was a SEAL. That's why it's called Seal One. That's where it comes from.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, all right. Okay. So here we go. Sam, you there?
Yeah. How are you guys?
Good, man. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, but I heard you say that this is a tough one and you don't think I'll get it, so I don't know how long that'll last.
Sam,
I tell you.
I think you got it.
I got to tell you. I don't think you're going to get. Here's why I don't think you can get it. It's not has nothing to do with you, obviously, but it is one of those questions that kind of falls outside of your extensive and broad body of knowledge. But it falls into a category that you've struggled with in the past.
That's true.
And it's a little bit of I don't think it's obvious. I think there's another answer that most people would guess. So I think there's a very valid other option, and I think that might trip you up. So those two reasons, I don't think you're going to get
But you know how it's going to go. He's going to talk through and get both.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Matt, we're going to have you read it. Go for it.
Great. Okay. Let me bring this microphone over a bit. Okay. So, Matt from Imperial Beach asks, question, the most produced firearm in the world ever is the AK-47 with between 40 million and 150 million produced. What is the most produced musket?
Matt from Imperial Beach, thanks for writing in. What was the most produced musket? So, first of all, I've heard conflicting information on what the most produced modern firearm in the world is. Some sources have listed Mauser bolt-action rifles as at 100 million examples, but I don't have exact numbers in front of me.
And this was a chasm. Like between 40 million and 150 million AKs. They also,
it's hard to say.
I had the same thing. I looked it up. There is a source on Wikipedia that does back this. But then it is an AK-74 and AK-47, or is it just AK-47s, or are they counting AK-74s too? I agree. It is kind of misleading. But go ahead. Where'd he go?
He might just be thinking.
His hamster it's running.
The computer.
Yeah.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's there.
Where are we at, Sam?
You're back?
Yeah, so there you go. All right, go for it.
Sorry, you cut out. So my conjecture for the most produced musket, because as you said, I don't know this exactly, I would say that it was probably the British land pattern, commonly known as the Brown Bess, just because they were in production and service for. But let me try and think through this. So that's a possibility because they used them for a really, really long time. Another possibility might be the French Charleville pattern because those were also produced and used for a long time.
Final answer. Any other possibilities or final answer? We having technical difficulties? What's going on?
think it stutters.
Are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. What do you got? What's your final answer?
Are you there?
I'm there. Yeah. What? Yep. Go ahead. Give
Sorry,
the
what
answer
was
when
the
you
last thing you heard me say?
We haven't heard anything. You said it might be the
Brown best.
Yeah, Brown Best. Then you talked about the French model, and then that's it. So what do you got? Was there a third option or a final answer? Go for it.
We have perfect internet here. I think he's stalling.
This is a tough one. I think he's got me, but I'll just go with the Brown Bess.
So I got to tell you, that's exactly the trap I was referring to. That's what I would have said as well. But,
Mike's smile got so big when you said that, Sam.
but that is not what it is. The answer, according to this source, is the Modele 1777, which is let's see, French Revolutionary. It was part of a weapon family with numerous variants. Example for the light infantry, artillery, and musketoon for the cavalry. After the French Revolutionary Wars, first Consul Napoleon Bonaparte commissioned a rework, some minor modifications on the lock, bayonet, and stock resulted in 1800 in the corrected model, also called the Modele 1777. I think you pronounced it correctly, Sam. How do you pronounce that? Coringi or? My French.
I didn't hear the first part of your answer. Sorry.
It's the French version, and they actually produced. Yeah, they produced 7 million compared to the Brown Bess about 4.5 million. So, Matt from Imperial Beach, you successfully stumped my nephew.
Boo.
Anyway, good job, Sam. As always, I mean, you technically got the right answer, but then didn't get the right answer.
It was definitely
I
French.
talked myself out of it.
Yeah.
I have a request, Sam.
Sure.
Here. Off the top of your head, can you give us a question for our guest to answer?
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh. Give me an area. Give me a subject matter.
I don't know. History of guns. I don't know. What are you particularly good at, Matt? We'll give you
Oh man, military weapons. I think I'm better at than typical everything else.
some kind of historic military weapons question.
Or something about a military weapon, maybe how fast it shoots, or I don't know,
something like that.
something like that.
What do you got, Sam?
Okay, historic military weapons. I can do that. The M14 is tied for shortest service life of a standard U.S. Infantry long arm at about 7 years. What is it tied with?
Oh wow. Okay. There are hamsters turning in my head. So that's the lifespan of the typical how long the M14 would last in the field?
No, how long it was in service.
In actual service, military service. You're saying an M14 was only in military service for 7 years?
As the standard long arm. It was
as a
adopted
standard
in
long arm. Okay.
1957,
Okay.
replaced in 1964 or thereabouts.
And what was it tied with? Oh,
Yes.
I'm going to take a long shot guess and go with the BAR.
Nope.
One more guess.
It was actually the Lee Navy,
Nope.
which the Marines
Oh.
used for a period of. Oh no! Wait! Take that back. Not the Lee Navy. It was
the BAR.
what
Kidding.
was concurrently served with the Lee Navy. It was the M1892 that the Army had in 3040 Krag, the Krag Jorgensen, of which only I want to say 3 countries fielded Krag
You
Jorgensen.
just
The
stumped
U.S.
yourself.
No, sorry. I had the Lee Navy on the mind from work. It was the Krag Jorgensen, which served concurrently with the Lee Navy. The Krag Jorgensen was only in service for 7 years, roughly.
As the
Even
main
though it was
service
adopted in 1892, they had a lot of early production difficulties with it.
Wow.
There you go. All
Wow.
right. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Sam. Awesome job. You got a blog you want to talk about before we let you go?
Next one coming up is an interesting one. Try not to get too mad. That's all I'll say.
Try not to get too mad.
What? When is it going to be up?
It should be up tomorrow morning for you, Monday.
Wow. Okay. Why would somebody? Well, now I'm interested. Why would? That's a good little hook. Why would someone? Can you tell us more? Why would somebody get mad?
We gun guys like to argue, and we like to get really opinionated about the guns we like and do not like. And a lot of people have decided that a certain class of firearms is bad without what I see as any real reasoning.
Wow.
That's all I'll say.
What do you think?
He's defending the high point.
I'm not. No.
Sorry, that was cheap.
Wow, I wonder what it is. We really do, man. I got to tell you, and that's kind of where I was. When I was telling you, I was intimidated when I went to the Q shooters.
Yeah,
because I was. That's probably what I was most afraid of. Is like somebody in here has an opinion, that
and they
is
do.
well researched.
Yeah,
I'm not going to have as many facts. You know what I mean? That's what. And I'm sure Q shooters, there was a debate or two that broke out in those meetings.
Well, mainly, I think that group, some really knowledgeable people in precision shooting and things like that. Yeah. That's where that knowledge is. I don't think so much in the law. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you did very, very well.
What you say you do long distance, right?
Yeah, or I did. Now that I Lee and I do more CQB and stuff like that because he always just said, "Hey Matt, you've got that handled. Come with us and do this more fun stuff." And night vision shooting, been doing a lot of that. So yeah, go ahead.
So Sam, you're still there?
Yep.
Okay, so Sam just acquired a Steyr SSG-04 in 300 Win Mag with a Leupold 25 power scope. And what would you recommend? Somebody that gets a long range rifle like that and they want to get into it. What kind of recommendations would you make?
Well, Paul is really good to go shoot at if he's local.
He's in Virginia.
Oh, Virginia. Oh, wow. Well, I'm sure he already knows about the CMP program.
But I mean, if he wants to learn how to use the rifle he's got, what's some advice you got? If he's just getting into long distance shooting.
There used to be this person that I watched endlessly. He's up in Montana, and it's like a 20 episode course on YouTube. It's kind of aged. What is the guy's name? He's easy to find. He goes over scope types. He goes over ballistics. He goes over. One of the main things I'd say is to get into a dongle instead of a Kestrel. Don't get the Kestrel per se. I've been taught to use the dongle, and that beams to your phone, so you'll get all your ballistics there. With Ballistics Arc is the app.
What is a dongle?
A dongle is
that sounds like an Australian beer.
I was trying to. The company that makes it is involved with Ballistic Arc. It's called GeoBallistics, and this thing picks up all the weather and the temperature and the barometrics, and then uses all that data to put it on your phone and help you calculate a shot.
Wow. Okay.
And instead of having to use a Kestrel where you type it all in.
Yeah.
And then furthering that vague description of the YouTube course with the 20 episodes on there, I will follow up and tell you who that is, but it's pretty easy to find.
Okay.
I don't see him there.
No? All right.
He has a very distinctive name, but he's very easy to find. That is excellent. The best teacher I ever learned from was Tyler Hughes at Max Ordnance Academy up in and I think he does travel around the country. But of all the courses I've ever taken, sorry to everybody else, the Tyler Hughes is the best that I've ever learned from.
A lot of good feedback about that guy.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He competes. He doesn't just sit on his laurels from being a Marine Corps sniper. He's competed for years. He does mountaineering. He does inclination shooting. He does movers. He does helicopters. He teaches. He's excellent. And he used to be local here, and then now it's mostly up in Northern California and then, mid Central Valley and Vegas. But he does travel around a lot, and if you can get a course with him, I highly, highly recommend it.
It really does seem it's so complicated, or it's so intricate, and there's so much going on. It does seem like, take a course. It's
wonderful. Like I would naturally expect your nephew to get into reloading because that's the next addiction that comes along with long-range shooting.
You do some reloading, don't you?
I do. I reload 38 special, which is dead simple to reload. A friend of mine, a guy I used to work with, is a serious precision shooter, and I've seen his reloading setup. It is a room in his house.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just can't have just one. Once you start doing that and you're matching your rounds to your rifle, I go from everything from 9mm that I thought was silly to reload, and then COVID hit, and then it was gangbusters all the time, and then all the way up to 338 Lapua or whatever.
Like, I kind of put you on the spot, but what is? Do you have a first move in mind that you're going to make, Sam?
I don't know. I've got to talk to this precision shooter buddy of mine and pick his brain about how to even get started in the hobby.
Nice. All right.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Swear, man.
Yeah, that's an expensive sport. I'm not sure which is more expensive, night vision or precision shooting.
Yes.
Yes, all of that.
And then precision shooting at night. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, got to get a PVS 22 or a 28 or a 30. Yeah.
Are those
All right.
panos?
Go ahead.
What's that?
Are those panos?
No, I have panos with me actually, but and I actually have some that I 3D printed as well in the bag there.
Oh, wow.
But these are actual for mounting on your rifle with your high end scope, so you can see at night and take those really long shots. PVS 22s are for shorter range, kind of mid range, 100, 300 yards, and then like PVS 28, PVS 30. There's always a sweet spot about how far you can shoot with that
Nice.
at night.
All right, let's do a thanks, Sam. Awesome job as always. Appreciate you, and I look forward to not getting mad at your article tomorrow. Hey, it's Michael Schwartz from Gun Owners Radio. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Watch us every Sunday from 5 to 7. Go to gunownersradio.com for more information. Check us out on any podcast provider.